Morning, my dear children of class 8. Wish you all a very, very happy Shubha Vijaya. Stay healthy and always be in fresh mind. You have got a long vacation. I believe you all must have enjoyed puja very much. So, let's come back and get ourselves concentrated in our studies, because our next forthcoming exam is second unit test, and for that we need a short preparation, right? So today I'm back with you all, not with your literature class but with your SST class, where we are going to start a new lesson of history, that is lesson 8, women and reform. Now you all know reform means what? When we are reconstructing anything, or we are reforming anything, or we are remodeling anything, like that, something. Okay, so this lesson is all about the position of women in the society, how they used to get tortured, and who were those famous personalities who raised their voice in lieu of this torture, or in lieu of this misbehavior or downtrodden of women in the society. So let's start the chapter. For centuries, women in India occupied a subservient position to men and were considered fit only for domestic work. We all know that even in nowadays also, in some remote areas, we still find women working only inside the houses, working, taking care of the children, cooking food for all people, members of the society, family, preparing their household needs, household chores. She is getting herself engaged in that, and she is so much involved in the family, or rather she has been imposed to get herself so much intruded, so much dealt deeply in the family matters, that she almost forgets, or why should I say almost, she forgets about herself. She forgets about her own identity. She forgets that she is daughter of someone, or she also have some specific qualities inside her. She forgets that. Why? Because she is so much busy in the hectic schedule of the family and the members. She has to take care of the husband, children, in-laws, elders, senior persons, and rest other members in the society, in the family. But this should not be done. A lady, when she has taken birth, or a person when he or she has taken birth in the world, then he or she has the sole right of building himself or herself, of modeling herself or himself, right? But ladies are always kept beside parda, or seclusion, that is isolated from the men's society. Understand? So actually, when these tortures kept on going and going, and finally when these tortures kept on going and going, and finally when the ladies, they started to raise up their voice, then that became a revolt, or that became a reforming movement. Now actually, what is the status of women in Indian society? That we have to see first. Throughout the 18th century, women in India were victims of number of degrading social practices like sati, child marriage, no right to property, lack of education. These were some of the torturous factors through which women have to go through. Now, a question very frequently comes in my mind, that how can persons be so casual towards that lady to whom they are totally, or to whom they are always dependent. Like, let us consider the situation of a mother. Nowadays, mothers are quite efficient. They are maintaining both household chores as well as outside. But before that, a mother was such a personality in the family. She had to take care of each and everything. But no one was there to take care of her. She was deprived of the enjoyment. She was deprived from the culture. She was deprived from the comfort zone. As if, see, she is some personality who has the only sole authority of getting tortured, of sacrificing, of forgetting about herself. But this should not be done. When we are depending on the person so much, then it becomes our duty, our responsibility to take care of that lady, of that particular character who is so much involved in our liking, our disliking, our comfort. But seldom it was being done. Like, only 3 or 4% of the family members, families were there who used to really take care of their mother, or the controller of the society, family, you can say. So lack of education means মেয়েরা বেশি পড়লে অনেক সমস্যা আছে না, মেয়েরা অনেক কিছু জেনে যাবে. So let them be inside the house, otherwise they'll raise their voice. So no need to get themselves educated. Actually, somehow or the other, in some specific places, I believe that few people were there, few men personalities were there who always feel that girls have the stamina or the capacity to run a country or to control us, or in other words, you can say that they have a mind set up that if girls are given the chance to go forward, they are going to beat the men. And that is where the controversy rises, or the contradiction rises. So this is not the thing. It may not be true. It may not be true. It may be our mind conception, but there is some story behind it that girls are always being tortured. Nowadays, the situation has been totally changed. Girls are given full preferences, full opportunities to show their talent, to go forward. Families are also supporting them. Husbands are supporting them. Fathers, children, even daughters, sons, they also want their mother to go forward. In some cases, I have also seen that there is a fight where children are supporting their mother, that mama, you go forward, you move forward. When you have the quality, we will support you, we are beside you. So I really feel good that being a lady, I also get the support from my family. So I'm sitting over here and doing this. Okay, so child marriage in very young age, children were getting not children, actually girls were forced to get themselves connected or led a social life in a so-called married society. At the age of getting themselves engaged in playful activities, they were forced to maintain a family where they were not at all matured, neither from their mind or from their physique, to hold up a family, but they were forced to do so. Next comes sati. It's a very pathetic and very torturous, torturous procedure of the society, where girls were forced to die live death. That is, when there is a cremation ceremony going on of their husband, the girls or the wives of those husbands were forced to die on the lighted flame of his husband's body. জ্যান্ত মেয়েকে জ্বলন্ত চিতায় ছেড়ে দেওয়া হতো, ফেলে দেওয়া হতো, আর বলা হতো যে সে সতী হচ্ছে, she is directly going to God. This was really, really, really very pathetic and torturous rule of the society. Last of a second, the next point is no right to property. You are being given or brought in the family just as a servant. Your work is to serve others. You have no right to get any part from your property or your father's property. Next, widows were being kept aside in the society. If somehow anybody's husband dies, then do you really feel that the lady has the responsibility of her husband's death? Not at all. Because it depends upon so many conditions why a person has to leave this world. So, when somebody's husband leaves the world, then she has to be in white costume. She has to live a pious life. She will not be given high protein food. She will be given only boiled foods, whether she likes or not. But very mocking matter is when somebody's wife dies, then none of these procedures or none of these rules were applicable in case of the boys. A very peculiar question. Why? But no one of us have the guts to give the answer. This is a male-dominated society, so males can never be tortured. Only girls can be tortured. This was the mental setup of the people in the old age. But now there is nothing like that. They all are equal. Even husbands feel bad when they loses their wife, and they really get themselves demolished in that sorrow. Sometimes, in some cases, I have seen husbands have gone in depression also. So nowadays have changed. Now there is equal right for each and everyone. But in those days, it was really very hard to accept. And as because of that torture, now we are living a healthy life. We have started to raise up the voice. Rather, people are raising voice for our support. So these were the things which a lady has to face in the primitive society, and for this reason social reforms were also being made. Okay, a Western educated women were being set up, and they were given Western education, right? So British to work forward the upliftment. British were the first who uplifted the standard of the women in the society. They made us believe that women are the strong pillars, and if they are very weak, they become weak, then the society is going to fall down. So it's really required, highly required, that women should be given specific prestige, specific position in the society, so that a society can be built strongly, or society can work move forward with a great human spirit and motivation. Okay, so in my next class we will be reading that how did these torturous elements of society got abolished, and who were the persons who instigated people to fight against these tortures. Till then, go through this part. It's just a beautiful story where you will surely get impressed, and there is nothing more that to get bored of. So go through it. I'll be back with you very soon with the second part of this chapter. Okay, thank you.